Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, and I am with Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom. And we are on the YouTube channel, Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom. So thanks for joining us. Soul Connections is all about reconnecting to your spirit, your higher self, and your life purpose. So part of what we do first is sort of clear away the debris, the junk of that we've picked up in the last week or so, and just get a fresh start in this fresh week. And in addition to that, we will be doing some guided meditation as part of that, and we will be doing some card readings. And I'm excited because today is going to be a fun day because we decided to go Disney. So tonight is the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck by Disney. Which is kind of fun to play with that. If you haven't seen some of the Disney decks, I have a few, and they're very fun because they connect to our inner child a little bit, as well as having the wisdom of the traditional tarot. So I highly recommend them if you're a card collector like some of us are. So welcome, and I want to do a big shout out to my producer, Rob, for being here and being helpful as usual, being my co-pilot so that I can focus on helping you in the fullest way that I am able. So thank you for joining us. And so I'm just going to say hi to the house. Rob, why don't you let me know who's in the house? Maybe there's a couple comments that I could see who's here. Oh, hello, Rochelle. Welcome. Glad to have you. Been a while, Star Nations lady. Nice. Stacy, happy Monday. So nice to see your smiling face. Thank you. Oh, nice. Deanna, good evening to you too. Glad you could join us. Oh, hi, Andrew. Back to Energy Medicine School days. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. All right. And Ellen, of course, I'm going to start pulling cards in a little bit. She knows the drill, so she's got you all ready. If you would like a card to be drawn for you after the meditation, just type in yes, please. I won't assume that you want a card just because you're here, because we know sometimes you just want to show up and get your meditation and listen to the wisdom that comes in for others. So, Rob says, I prefer lovely and capable assistant. Oh, yes, he is my lovely and capable assistant. I am so sorry to have gotten that wording incorrect. So here we are. So let's get ourselves started. Let's get ourselves situated for a lovely healing, a meditation. Sort of, again, let's let go of any junk that we want to from the past week or so that we've been holding on to. So get really comfy in your chair or where you're sitting or lying. And just start by, closing your eyes and taking a couple of really deep cleansing breaths. And with each breath, just feel your connection to the room and our community. Feel the weight of your body and gravity pushing you down, holding you safely in this time and this moment. Noticing your muscles in your body. Is anything being held tightly? Just allowing everything to relax. Maybe even feel the sensation of melting so that the tension in your neck or your shoulders can just melt off of your body. the tightness in the lower back or the hips, the tightness in your legs or your arms. Nice. And we're going to take a moment to call in our spiritual teams, call in the divine energy, however you perceive the divine. So, whether you interact with God or Goddess, all that is oneness, consciousness, gently expanding and opening your connection so that the divine energy can flow to you and through you. And asking the divine to create a sacred space for us in this connection, surrounding and protecting each of us in a ball of infinite love and infinite light. And imagine that the room you are in, the four corners lighting up like beams, like columns, holding the divine light, creating a sacred temple of light for you to fully connect for the good of all and harm to none. And we invite into our spaces our spiritual teams, our angels, our guides, our ancestors, our spirit animals, the star beings, the mystical creatures, all divine of the highest, fullest, and brightest vibration available to us in this moment. And we set the intention that this healing meditation is for the good of all and harm to none, which includes ourselves. And tonight we're going to begin at the crown at the top of our head and just notice our connection. Notice whether there's any pressure, any tightness. And welcoming the energy to simply relax and open, allowing in more divine light and flow and communication. And asking the divine energy above to ground our crown, not only to the divine, but also deep within the heartbeat of Grandmother Earth. And moving down to our third eye and noticing any tightness, any thoughts that may be spinning or talking that may be happening. Just letting any conversations just melt into the background. Opening all of our senses, even our sixth and our seventh sense. Balancing our perception, our logic, and our intuition. And grounding that into this earth plane as well. Allowing that cord of connection to go deep within the earth, connecting to the heartbeat of Grandmother Earth. And moving our connection to our throat chakra, feeling the fullness opening gently, noticing the strain in the back of the neck or the back of the head, breathing love and light into those places so that our authentic truth may be spoken, our creativity may be expressed, and our uniqueness can flourish. And as we move down to the heart, interesting. So, first, we're going to ground our throat into Grandmother Earth, into the heartbeat of the Great Feminine. There we go. Now, as we move into the heart, releasing all of the burdens, the shoulds and the have tos from our shoulders, even if just for a brief moment, so that we can gently feel our connection to our heart. Feel that sweet inner center of soft love, the heartbeat that connects fully to the divine above, anchored in our life force, grounded in the earth beneath us, deeply connected to the heartbeat of Grandmother Earth. And in this connected space, allowing our heart beam to shine brightly outward, sending love and light around us as it moves through us. And moving into our third chakra and our solar plexus, noticing any places where we feel tight or restricted, any anxiety or frustration that may be bubbling, any worry, and allowing that to gently dissolve, melting away, giving room for our personal flame to flicker and balance, to shine brightly. And grounding our solar plexus into the earth beneath us, connecting deep within the heart of Grandmother Earth, feeling that grounded sense of self and the safety and security that provides. And moving to our second chakra, below the navel, feeling our emotional waters as they ebb and flow, our juicy creativity, and all of our passion, our desires, being anchored within. and allowing that second chakra to ground and root within Grandmother Earth, connecting deep into her heartbeat, connecting to the pulsing life force that she holds for us and with us. And now moving down to our root chakra, below the tailbone, filling it with the brightness, strengthening our foundation, our security, our sense of self, our finances, our jobs, our careers, our passions, and our life purpose. And feeling the root chakra as it grounds deep, deep, deep within Grandmother Earth, reaching in and around, surrounding the heartbeat of Grandmother Earth, anchoring the fullness of our personal tree of life, creating a strengthened and rooted foundation, and inviting the feminine energy to come up through our roots, nourishing, restoring, repairing, and healing any energy, any situation, belief, story, excuse, anything that we are ready to simply dissolve that no longer serves us, nourishing and replenishing our root, nourishing and replenishing our sacral, nourishing and replenishing our solar plexus, nourishing and replenishing our heart, filling the heart to overflowing with divine love and support, radiating out through our heart beam like a beautiful beacon, a lighthouse in the dark, guiding others as well as ourselves, and nourishing our throat chakra, supporting our unique expressions of ourselves, and clear, honest communication, and supporting our third eye, our sixth chakra, in having an expanded perception, a willingness to see multiple possibilities, and expanding our trust in the divine, and moving up and supporting our crown chakra, holding our beautiful lotus of 1,000 petals, each petal connected to another frequency and vibration, interconnected with the divine. And feeling that support rise up through the crown and out, bridging to our higher self, bridging through our oversoul, bridging to all that is. And in this place, bringing our attention back to our heart center, back to the essence of who we are, and inviting communication with our higher self and our spiritual teams with words of wisdom that you need to hear right this moment. And also connecting our inner child in this safe space, filled with love and light, joy, happiness, magic, and wonder. Snuggling them gently to our heart so they can feel our love for them. And now taking a moment of gratitude for your spiritual team being with you and helping you in this reconnection. And as we begin to dissolve our meditation, inviting our team to stay present, to be here, spoken through our readings, through our cards, through the wisdom given to others, so that all we hear is in assistance to our soul's alignment. And gently bring your focus to your heart by taking a nice deep breath. And feel free to blow out any old energy you may feel in your lungs. Begin to feel yourself more connected to your chair, to your body, to the room that you're in. Begin to stretch or yawn. Wiggle your fingers or your toes. Rub your hands together or your feet on the floor. And really just feel your presence in your physical body. Knowing that your spiritual team is still here, still connected with us, and ready to be of assistance. Welcome back. That was lovely. I hope you enjoyed that. Spirit always comes in how it wants to, so that was fun. So tonight's cards are going to be the Disney Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck. It felt like our our little selves wanted to have some fun with that. And yes, if you would like a reading and haven't already done so, just type in yes, please into the chat, and we will make sure that a card is drawn for you. And I'm one of those people that pulls cards for everyone. There's not a limited number of how many I will do. So because we're here for you, this is our time to be in service. All right. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water, and Rob's going to let me know who would like a card. Deanna, of course. Let's see who you got today. Awesome. So you got the Queen of Hedgehogs. And I love that, she's nesting and everything. So hedgehogs are about security and stability. So they're very similar to the pentacles. And the queen is the, the mother hen, right? She's protecting those eggs. She's making sure that, everything is just right in her home and her household. So what I'm sensing for you is you're in that energy of being the queen of your queendom, getting your things in order maybe, and maybe some organization or decluttering. It feels a little bit like nesting that we would say when somebody's expecting. But we all go through nesting when we're ready for change, when we're ready for something new to be birthed. And so what I'm seeing is that you may go through this little nesting period where, you want to, maybe spruce up your rooms with some new colors or some new sheets or something. Um, Things to bring some comfort and joy to you. And keep in mind that your inner child might want some things that are more playful as part of that, because they're here to play today. So I hope you enjoy that, and thank you for being here. All right, Ellen. Okay. So you have the Nine of Spears. I love that these are from the Queen of Hearts, her little off with the head spears. And so when the Nine of Spears comes in, it's like it's the energy of we're exhausted from having to battle with people or situations. And we're enough's enough. We can barely stand up from having to deal with these confrontations. And what I'm sensing for you is that there's some people around you who are in the same old pattern, that nothing ever changes. And it's not a pattern that you're comfortable with. And you're tired of fighting against it. Whenever we're pushing against energy and hoping it will change, it really never does. And all we do is get tired of pushing, right? So it's like you've gathered your 9 spears. You can put them back in your pack, and save them for another day. But don't waste any more spears on this old energy. Because when the 10 of spears shows up, usually we've gotten so exhausted that it starts to show up in the physical realm, whether it's just being, overly tired or chronic fatigue, or sometimes we get sick because we're so run down. So it's saying, cut it out. Don't push against this old energy anymore. It's not, life should be easy. It shouldn't be a struggle. So anything you're struggling with, think about changing. And that's a great advice for all of us. Thank you, Ellen. Glad to have you here. Ah, Andrew. Nice. So this is one of the soul cards, the major arcana, and it's called the Pair. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And so this one is about that sense of there's two sides to every situation. And whenever we're in a relationship and we have communication, sometimes our soul work is about how to be in balance, how to keep communication open, how to not jump to conclusions or make assumptions. Because we're all guilty of that. We were trained that at a very early age. So it's about how do you bring the pair together so that they can work, like siblings. Tweedledee and Tweedledum were like two peas in a pod, right? They went everywhere together and they were able to do amazing things because of that, because they were in sync, right? So this is about how do you, on a soul level, sync up in some of your relationships. And that syncing up is always needing open communication, because if we don't say what we need, the other person, even if they're psychic, they can't guess. And so it's just so important to do that. And I'm also hearing, speaking your truth. So if you have something maybe at work where you really need to speak up about it, um, just know that all the energy you're using by not speaking is keeping you from doing amazing things. So sometimes we just have to let our voice come out, and stop worrying about what other people think. um, because those other people get in our head and we don't even know who that is generally. So you go forth, you team up with your perfect pair, and just keep those lines of communication as wide open as possible. And if you need help with that, don't be shy about getting like um, a mentor, or a mediator, or like couples therapy kind of thing. Those are all great, great tools to help us learn some more healthy communication skills. All right. Have fun. Love that for you, Andrew. Rochelle. So nice to see you. So you have the Four of Spears. And the the Four of Spears for me is about taking our time to really value the journey we've been on. So it's like celebrating everything you've gone through, celebrating all the lessons that you've learned, celebrating that you're still standing, right? And that the journey is not even remotely over. You have so much more to do and so much more to be. But we often just are so focused on getting to the next thing that we don't take time to appreciate where we are right now. So what I'm hearing is like, take some time to appreciate it, celebrate you, celebrate where you've um, gotten in life, and maybe celebrate with some people who've gotten there with you. Um, celebrate through a nice dinner, or find some, buy yourself flowers or something. But it feels like a little celebration of your journey is needed. A little recognition of where you are now is fantastic. And that there's more to come. Because if we don't appreciate the moment, it's hard to make more of them, right? So yeah, enjoy that. And do something fun, and let us know what you do, because that would be really sweet to hear. Thanks, Rochelle, for being here. Rachel, so nice to have you. So you have the Page of Hedgehogs. I love that he's got this like, beak that's a little shovel, and this is so whimsical. It's just, I love it. So a page is about sort of like a young energy, an excitement to try something new. And so this might be like a new job, or it might be a new opportunity, especially something that would provide you some financial security, or some sense of purpose, because sometimes our career is, based on money. But that doesn't always feed our soul. So sometimes we have that peace that we need to fill our soul so that we can feel that reason to keep doing what we do. And if we're lucky enough to have that correspond with our job, awesome. And if we don't, then we need to have it somewhere in our our realm in our life. I'm seeing and sensing some playful creativity needs to happen as part of that, because I'm sensing just like the inner child needs to let loose a little bit. She needs to have some fun. She needs to really feel seen and heard. And when our inner child wants to be seen or heard, they will throw a hissy fit if they're not. And we've all seen, a toddler having a tantrum somewhere. And we don't want that to be happening inside of us. Or at least I've done it enough times. It's so uncomfortable. I don't recommend it. So find some play, find some fun, and with that, aligning it with your security and your finances, really, because it feels like they all want to like mesh together and be something really fulfilling. Nice, love it. Thank you for being here, Stacy. Nice. So you have the two of teacups, and I love that. Um, so the teacups are very similar to actual cups in the tarot deck. So think of it as, toasting. You're toasting um, for a job well done, toasting for things going well, being in that gratitude of, yeah, things are good right now. A lot to be happy for, kind of energy, and that I'm seeing that good friendship, good food, good gathering. That those are all things that fill our actual cup, right? With joy and happiness, so that we can um, move through the rest of our lives. So there's also this part of don't forget to fill your cup. Um, it's Yeah, it's fill your cup with joyful activities, whatever brings you joy. I know gardening brings you joy, and anything to do with saving Grandmother Earth brings you tons of joy. So finding ways to toast that, to honor that, that's a huge part of who you are, and it doesn't matter what season it is. You follow the cycle with Grandmother Earth, and um, really bring that magical connection out um, in some new ways. I'm seeing, um, and be excited and toast, with champagne. Um, yeah, it feels very lovely. Um, so I'm glad to see so much is going well for you right now, because you deserve it. All right. Thanks for being here, honey. Rob. Let's see. Nice. So you got, um, you technically got the five of hedgehogs. And it's really funny because there was a couple cards that were stuck to it, and they're all hedgehogs. um, so I'm sensing for you a theme around money and finances, and safety and security, that kind of thing. And what it's saying is that right now, things may feel a little off balance. It feels like, um, sometimes we have certain times of year where, we're living in this place where we're right on the edge. um, and that's not necessarily completely accurate, but it's like right now might feel a little more unstable. But what I'm seeing is that because literally the cards that were stuck to it are the next two, um, which says to me that it's coming really rapidly. So that sense of having enough to for you, but enough to give, or enough to use for what brings you joy and what brings you passion. There's this energy of being able to step into an apprenticeship kind of role, um, where you can really hone your skills and really do something that is more meaningful for you, especially if you don't are in a place where you don't worry about what the money is or how the money is going to show up. We can get really money can be the largest excuse to block us from our spiritual path. We hand over so much of our life and so much of our power to money. And so one of the things too that you could journal about, and it's true for anybody who's still listening, is what would I do or who would I be if I didn't have to worry about money? And I'm not talking about, being rolling in, you know, gobs and gobs of it, but that can be true too. But if money wasn't an excuse that you could use, how would your life be different? Mm, I love that. So Rob is usually the end of our cards for the evening. I'm assuming that is true. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the. Oh, you are so welcome, Stacy. Yes, the card draws, I hope, do fill that. Um, oh, nice, nice. You are going to have a great time, Rochelle. Um, I feel like your back is going to be well supported. So namaste to you as well. All right. And so thank you for joining us here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't gotten a chance to subscribe to it, please do. It notifies you anytime that we go live. And very soon I'll be doing more live presentations, and some other people will be on our channel as well. And that way you stay up to date. And you can like us on Facebook at Soul Connections with Polly Jo Labbe, or Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom, because that's where you'll find me. Um, and I'd love to have you be part of the community, our growing community. So thank you for joining us. And just as a heads up, I will not be broadcasting next Monday because I'm going to have my hip replaced. And my hope is to be back the week after, but we will see. And in the meantime, share some love, share some joy. And my plan is to do a little surprise pre-recorded broadcast, so that Rob can share that with you guys while I'm recuperating. And with that, love you guys. Bye for now.